Content warnings can be found in the description. Previously on Tales Unwritten, the party hatched a plan. Evacuate the fawny people to the northern shores of the island, then attempt to hijack the Pontificate ships in order to transport the fawny people to Forno, the home of the mysterious Baphomoreans. Maud was able to single-handedly remove a number of Pontificate soldiers on the largest ship, but was eventually caught and confronted by some familiar faces with glowing golden eyes.
Meow 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 meow.
Whenever, Wherever by Shakira.
So glad we were recording that whole thing because that's the intro now.
Welcome to Tales Unwritten.
I will after that stops. How dare you? Welcome back to Tales Unwritten. It's the only tabletop RPG show that begins with Jesse Nowack meowing a song by Shakira.
My phone, do it.
Don't copyright strike us. Let me drink my mushroom energy drink. We're doubling up on sessions today.
That's why we're wearing the same clothes. We didn't sleep here.
Who's wearing the same clothes? I sweat through my first one.
Smart.
And I took my hat off.
See, I went and I changed clothes. Rest of you wait.
Alex and Karna, you guys waited for the other guards to pass by the hiding place. They're long gone.
Heading on their way to Dalecott, presumably.
Yeah, they're long gone, and other longboats are coming in. But you guys want to get headed out?
We know that Maud is currently working on taking down the larger ship.
Mm-hmm.
So Maud, Gritty, and Cassie are there. So knowing that that's their flagship, it's probably the most heavily guarded. So we think that they'd probably need the backup quicker.
Okay.
So, you know, we're at one point making a statement and taking their flagship, taking a bit of a gamble, but also grabbing the ship that will defend itself the most and make it so that we can get everybody on it.
Gotcha. I think in order for like the guards to get so far ahead that they that can't see you.
Yeah, far enough away that they can't stop us is the goal.
So that would start having time for like a longboat to start coming in, like maybe a minute or less out from like reaching the shore next to you. So
out of curiosity, what are these longboats equipped with? Is it like I'm guessing
men,
oars, or maybe a rudimentary sail?
Yeah, oars and men.
Okay,
they're just oars and men.
They're just like lifeboats essentially, just being used to come out there, like the lifeboats they would have on the ships already.
All right. Well, as soon as those people stop paying attention to this boat and are just kind of like focused on their mission, whatever their search mission is, we'd kind of give the signal to. All right, hurry the fuck up. Let's go.
All right.
And so the remaining people that were on the beach with us, Chloe, Uncle Fergus, and the hillbillies.
And Nymphy.
She
has to protect her husbands.
So yeah, we get people like starting to load on this ship. Obviously, not going to be the most stealthy procedure.
We'll do a contested roll just to see how fast you guys can get going before the next like rowboat comes in.
What would you have this be? To prepare a ship.
Seems like athletics would be the most important to actually getting the boat back out into the water.
That would be on you, I think.
Acceptable.
And you're assisted by the hillbillies, so.
Good.
Then let's have you roll with advantage with athletics.
Yeah, okay. Getting the boat into the water.
As Alex is pushing the boat, he looks up to you, he's like, can't you do that thing you did back in Port Tariff with the strum?
This close to shore?
I thought that was what made it work.
I need water for that.
Woof. 11, but I can make it a 13 if I spend this.
That wouldn't help because they rolled a 16.
How many are there on that?
8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just trying to push out. We're kind of like awkwardly in like waist deep water at this point, I'm guessing.
And they just sort of row in, sort of like staring at you guys.
I look at them. Hello, gentlemen. A wonderful day the goddess has blessed us with, eh?
That's not going to work.
They start to prepare.
Everybody on the boat, start rowing!
Acrobatics to see if everybody can jump on the boat quicker than the guys can jump off the boat to go try and get to them.
Is he rolling for everyone, or I still need to roll for me? Because Alex is definitely pushing.
You can have him roll for everyone.
I'll wait before I reveal my answer.
If you succeed a strength roll, he can roll with advantage
Okay.
to like push out
Yeah.
quickly.
15.
I think that just barely hits it, so you can
Okay.
roll with advantage then.
Let's see what the second one is. I'll take the first one, which is a, you said acrobatics?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a 23.
All right, then you're good. Yeah, you're on your rowboat before they're able to get at you. So then now they're scrambling to get back on their rowboat to go get you.
And we'll just do our best to row out to that boat we're supposed to get to, being tailed by this other boat in the meanwhile.
Okay. You are ahead of them with a 23, but they're coming after you. So they might be reinforcements to wherever you're going now.
Alex will grab 2 of the oars and just go as fast as he can, trying to beat 8 other people doing the same fucking thing.
The other rowboat rolled low in perception, so they are focused on their task and not noticing that little nonsense happening. They're rowing in on a different part of the shore.
We're heading to the boat we're trying to get to. We'll deal with that other boat when we get there. I'm contemplating parts of a plan.
Gotcha.
Not knowing what we're heading towards necessarily, but knowing that Maud is... We haven't heard commotion from the other boat, so clearly nothing is catastrophically wrong just yet.
Maud, back to you.
Oh boy.
You've just thrown Abysswit off of the ship. She is now currently trying not to drown, and both Commander Tremont and Herald Moira are bearing down on you with weapons. And can you roll a perception check for me?
21.
21. You just barely squeaked it out. You notice another figure coming up behind you.
Oh fuck.
Oh, fuck.
What the fuck?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, they have an Onbu. Cool.
This person's coming up behind me?
Yeah, they're currently the closest combatant to you.
Oh.
Can you roll initiative?
Sure. 11.
I suppose, just for the sake of whenever you guys get here, can you each roll initiative?
Ooh,
Go. It's spinning.
yeah,
It's spinning. Wow, it is still going.
21.
13.
21 and a 13.
That was I've never seen a dice.
Yeah,
do
no, that looked really cool.
Both of you roll and see what your rolls are, and then each of you decide which one you want to use, not knowing whether you want it high or low.
Alrighty. I got a 1.
So we can either go relatively high with a 3 or go all the way to a 1.
It's up to you guys. You guys get to decide whether or not you think low is good or high is good.
Well, my roll was for...
Number of people on the boat aside from them.
Yeah.
So this.
So Stephan might be fucking with you, and it might be the opposite of what is good with me.
Yeah, it could be minutes before the longboat realizes what's up and they catch us.
Yeah, I would bet that it's not the same as mine. I would bet it's the opposite.
Well, I'm not sure how much I want to play the DM here because I feel like that's such an easy way to blow up in our faces.
It is.
What does your gut tell you?
I'm gonna go with yours.
Okay, we'll go with 3.
Because if it's a challenge, that makes it more fun. If it's something that's beneficial to us, it only makes it better.
Okay. Well, that's 3 turns until you can arrive to help Maud.
Oh well. That makes it more interesting for Maud, and it gives us a chance to mess with this other longboat.
That said, do we still get our turns?
In that time?
Yes.
Okay.
So that means you get to act first, actually.
Awesome.
Do you want to see if you can notice that Maud's in trouble, or?
I'm assuming Maud's in trouble.
Okay, then.
But I can only operate with what I have within my sphere of influence.
And you are on the water.
Yeah.
So.
I am going to take my flask of oil, which I have acquired. I am going to take his eye patch.
Oh, fine.
Keep rowing.
Needed that.
And as my action, I have created a Molotov cocktail. I won't be able to use it till next turn.
Okay.
Maud was thinking of a Molotov cocktail, but the wood is black.
Also, that's the ship we're trying to escape on, so don't burn it. Don't break that one.
Okay.
If you did, that'd probably just end up being a very shipborne torch rather than burning down.
Battle map! So next is actually the one who
The ninja? Oh man.
was attacking Maud. They get to go next.
So glad I caught that.
Yeah, it would have been bad if you didn't. So that means they don't get to use sneak attack on you, which is good. They do, however, get to attack. Let's see. They attack Maud with their dagger, like slicing at you, and deal 6 damage.
Who the fuck are you? What the fuck?
Just like a solid little slice in Maud's side.
Ah.
I think they also cut the
Oh my god.
cut your
I just
poncho.
got this. My friends made this for me. Where are my friends?
3 turns away at minimum.
No, I mean my friends on this boat.
Oh,
You haven't called them in yet.
Okay, can I do that now? Or do I
No,
have
it's
to
not your
wait?
turn. You should have done that.
Talking's a free action.
That said, Gritty runs up behind the assassin
Yeah.
type
Oh, yeah.
person.
let's see what Gritty's got.
He's in the middle of taking out his sword and just ramming. So 2d4 plus 6. Let's see how he does. He manages to do 5 damage
Sick.
to that assassin. Now
Ass out
Now she looks fine but angry.
under that mask.
The body language is, I'm about to stab this motherfucker. So
Best of luck, Gritty.
best of luck, Gritty. So next is Wit, who is going to try not to drown. We're going to treat this like death saves. So if she's able to succeed in unclasping her mace, she can make sure she stays above
Oh my
the
God.
water. She got a nat 20. So
Yes.
I think that means she gets to escape with her mace. With a nat 20.
I guess so. I guess she finds like a piece of wood that's like just.
Yeah, she managed to actually like save herself from falling all the way in, so she just has to climb up now with her mace and ready to attack you. So that was actually way worse for you guys.
I said I was
This
sorry.
character you like is not dead, but
That's good. I'm so happy.
now she can't climb up during this turn. That was her turn.
Sick.
I'm not trying
saving herself.
I shoot a cannon at her as she's climbing up.
Yeah, I'm not out to be mean here. I'm just trying to
Yeah, no, that's
play
fair.
this out. Next is Alexander's turn. Alexander, is there anything you want to do prepping to?
Could I row faster to shorten the time it takes us to get to the boat?
Let's make a strength check.
Okay. 17.
17.
I can make it a 19.
If you make it a 19, I will say you can reduce it to 2 turns before you get there.
Deal.
So that means it goes down to 1 at the start of next
The
turn.
next round will be the last round before you guys arrive.
Gotcha. Okay. Get that cardio in.
Use
Use the stimulant.
If I'm facing the back, then I guess it's more that or whatever.
So let's say like you heard Maud be like, ah no,
No!
and then Gritty shout, Maud,
My love!
Next, it's Maud's turn. So you have 2 strong guys hanging out there, 1 strong person who just stabbed you, and they're turning on Gritty. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go for the person who stabbed Gritty.
Okay, you can attempt to hide from her so that you can get sneak attack.
Really? Where can I hide?
She's distracted looking at Gritty. You can like sort of try and maneuver yourself in her blind spot so that you can stab her.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so roll a stealth check first.
6 plus 9.
You got a 15. So you beat her passive perception. You now have sneak attack. You can damage her twice.
So 7 damage on the initial thrust before adding sneak attack.
Her damage threshold is 3. You get an extra 2d6.
5 and 4.
16. Yeah, Maud is able to like get a really good stab in
Hell yeah.
on this person.
Stab the shit out of you. I sneak around, I go forward, and I stab her. And I'm like, stay away from him.
They don't make noise, but you can tell that made an impact. Next is Commander Termont. He's gonna sigh beleagueredly.
Here I go killing again.
I'm so tired of this.
I may actually see if... No, he doesn't. He's focused on Maud, so he is not paying attention to the ship currently coming towards them.
Good.
Kinda. That does mean he's gonna try to attack you.
Oh boy. Well, I like being a distraction for now.
He got a natural 1, so he goes to try and slash at you. You're able to fully avoid him as you're stabbing. Mod's being a badass right now. Oh fuck!
Real Jackie Chan energy.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking cool.
Next is Cassie's turn.
Actually, if it's like, I would ask Chloe to do something for me.
What would you ask Chloe to do then?
I'm preparing to cast a spell to throw the flaming bottle I have at the ship behind us.
Okay.
It doesn't need to hit it. It just needs to get close to it.
Well, her dexterity's pretty good.
And if she can hit it, all the better.
Be able to hit it. And
As long as it's on fire and, like, you know, if it hits the ship, it'll start a fire. So cool.
So she gets a +6 to hit with ranged weapons, and I'm gonna consider this that. So we'll see how well she does. She got a 19.
Then I'm guessing that hits the boat.
Yeah, I think that hits a 19 hits the boat.
Awesome.
So you actually managed to catch that boat on fire. So I guess we'll see how well he can try and put out the fire. I don't think they did it. I don't think they put out the fire.
All right, as long as there's any fire left by the time it's my turn.
They've stopped rowing.
Good. I might not even need to do what I was planning then.
And now it's Cassie's turn. Cassie has very good movement, just like all the other Fawny. So
I love how slay and cute she is.
So she's going to attempt to stab Harold Moira to get her attention at the very least. With a 5, Cassie manages to do damage to Harold Moira.
Yes.
And Cassie has multi-attack.
Ooh.
So she gets to try again.
She's a better combatant than me.
Well, she got trained. She's dealt 10 damage to Harold Moira, taking out a good 1/5 of Harold Moira's health.
Yeah,
She
go
definitely got her
Cassie.
attention. So Harold Moira's attention is fully on Cassie, which I'm sure you're very happy about because it's Harold Moira's turn.
Oh, fuck.
Harold Moira definitely hits, dealing 6 damage to Cassie. Cassie sort of like yelps as she gets her arm clipped a bit. She's okay, but that wasn't good.
Karna would take note of that. He would
Like the
hear,
hearing
yeah,
the
he would
yelp.
hear that, like, especially if we're as close as we are. Karna goes with his gut, and he... that would be a modified 20.
Then you guys are arriving right now at the ship. That is your turn, but
Can I use my movement to start scaling?
yes, you can. And given the extent of your movement, if you give me an acrobatics check, maybe you could like just leap right onto the ship. That'd be cool.
You know what? I agree. That would be cool. 19 on the die, acrobatics 24.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah,
I grab
Karna
on-
hearing his niece in trouble.
I leap, I grab onto a rope, I cut away some weight, jump up onto the deck, spin, roll, land right behind Tremont. Did somebody call for help? Oh, hello, Tremont.
Tremont does notice you behind him, and it's not his turn. But you guys have a dramatic moment looking at each other as he just sort of like mournfully looks back at you. Free on.
Oh, for 2 in killing me so far. Care to make it 3?
Part of me would love nothing more.
And that's where I'll leave that.
It is the assassin's turn next. That's what we're gonna call them right now. When Alex gets here, maybe you guys can get a more accurate name.
Prepare to be surprised.
They're gonna attempt to hide. They're not in their element right now.
Smoke.
So let's see how well they do at that.
I mean, this time there are between 2 people who would be actively looking for them.
Yeah, we'll give them disadvantage. They only rolled an 11 for stealth, which I don't think should do it. They're gonna try to attack with their dagger, and they do have multi-attack. They deal 7 damage to Maud, just taking another slice at Maud. So Maud is starting to look kind of fucked up. Like Maud's gotten stabbed multiple times, and I think they're gonna use multi-attack to also attack Gritty. Gritty has now been dealt 5 damage. You both get hit at the same time as she does a little V from Vendetta slice across your guys' abdomens. Next is an apostle who's going to attempt to put out the fire on the boat. Still does not do it.
Christ.
So that
Boat might be sinking soon.
I think if they fail again, they're all dead.
John, they're all wearing armor. Yep.
They're all wearing armor. If they fail again, they are dead.
They made their choice.
At least they'll be with Fora or whatever.
The same choice I made.
No, you chose against it. You chose not to follow orders.
Only after the fact.
Yeah.
I figured the people in the boat are kind of like where I was when you got arrested.
You don't know that.
Alex thinks it.
He thinks it could be true.
Karna believes in the goodness in everyone, but he also
Not
believes
these
that
fuckers.
he believes in the cruelty of the world as well.
He said it in season 1 to the one guy. You made your choices.
Yes. Karna has seen firsthand the bad that the world can throw at some people. Sometimes it's unfortunate.
Brady's going after the assassin again. And you know what? Does pretty good.
Hey.
8
Put him on the
damage. Definitely getting through that threshold for the AC.
He is fighting with the love of his life.
Managed to get another good hit in on the assassin who is getting real frustrated. You can see it in the body language. They usually have a much easier time. So Nymphy's gonna start climbing.
Nymphy attacks with her polycule and just slams multiple bodies on
It's a giant flail of other satyrs.
Husbands one, go!
Come
Against the summoner.
to me, like Mjolnir or whatever the fuck.
After Karna does his whole thing and we pull up and Nymphy starts going up, Alex will look to Fergus and Chloe and says, go up and help Karna, but he'll probably stay with me for a moment. If I can, leave Fergus and Chloe here to start climbing, I would like to start rowing over to the sloop.
If you want to use your whole turn to just sort of get rolling that way and get Chloe and Fergus already climbing, you can do that as long as you're willing to sacrifice your whole turn for that.
Deal.
All right. So it's another Apostle's turn on their rowboat, and let's see how they do. Nat 20.
Fuck.
Ooh.
So they have successfully put out that fire.
Damn it, I wanted them all to burn it.
We still have cannons on this ship.
That is true.
They're like, oh, thank God. And then it catches on fire again.
We did it! Boom! Just the back half of the rowboat just evaporates.
Next is Uncle Fergus. Okay, he rolled low on an acrobatics check, so he's gonna take a turn to get up to the top of the ship.
He's old.
Next is Maud's turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab that motherfucker.
D6, not the...
Thank you.
Oh, unless you want to hide again.
Oh. 14 plus 6? 20.
Okay, then you have successfully hidden.
Yes.
Which means you can sneak attack that assassin.
Assassino.
Ooh, it's a 1.
Man.
But it's plus your...
No, ones are misses.
Oh, so I have a 1 in 4 chance to just miss entirely?
But you also have a 1 in 4 chance to
To
roll.
crit.
What's
Fair.
the problem? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the low thing has a very
Gotcha.
decent
Balance.
So Maud stealths out from her view and then
Wait,
falls on
if
her
you're
face.
stealth, you have advantage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's true.
5 plus 4 is
9. Now roll your sneak attack damage.
3 and 5.
17 damage. Mm-hmm.
That's the sneak attack.
That is very, very good.
Come here. Come here, bitch.
You have really fucked up this assassin. They're looking real rough.
It bothers me that they're still up.
Just imagine it's Martin in disguise.
It might be.
Oh, yeah, it is, wearing the mask.
Luckily, Maud is very good at avoiding.
Yeah.
Everything. Thinking about my family.
Consequences in general.
Attachments. Yeah, so she ducks out of the way and then just fucking just...
Right? Yeah, no, and yeah, like that. You actually hear an actual vocal. Ah!
Oh.
Can everybody here roll a d20 for me?
A straight roll.
Natural 1.
5.
12.
Okay. That's it.
Nothing to read into there.
I forgot to give now sister Wit a
Chance to get out of there.
Oh,
a chance to get. We'll say her turn got a little delayed as she climbed up, and now she's up behind Maud.
She's all wet.
She's drippy and angry.
And still has her mace.
Abjurat has used her movement. Now she's going to attempt an attack on Maud. No nice words or anything. She's just gotta go for it.
He did throw her off the boat.
Karna takes his
so-
eyes off from it. Is that the orphan lady?
Yes, I don't know if there are orphans here. I don't think so.
Look out!
Maud takes 4 damage.
Just over the threshold.
Yeah. It's looking real rough for Maud now.
You know I deserve that.
The assassin down pretty bad, but now Maud's down pretty bad.
Oh, I'm down bad.
And no
not for
one's
Gritty.
down bad worse than Gritty. It is now Tremont's turn, and he's going to close in on Karna.
Menacingly?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean,
To give you a hug.
Yeah.
sadly but menacingly,
don't
bearing
want
down you just wishes he wasn't doing this, but
Oh.
but he's doing it,
Send you the
and he's
same-
gonna do it the best he can.
Free action. I'm just gonna ask him as he's closing in. So is this your will or the higher ups?
It's never mine.
You know, he didn't ask where his son was. Just a thought.
Really?
Just
You know,
put that out there.
I'm not thinking about it just now.
I'm not sure he wants to know.
Surprise!
Boom. If he doesn't know, he doesn't have to go after him.
This is true.
He deals 8 damage.
Yep.
He takes just a simple slash at you, and the thing is, this is the man who took out Delamere. He's
Yeah.
still a thing to behold.
Yeah, I avoid the most fatal of his strike, but it still catches and hurts.
I'm not sure how tuned into this Karna is, but he might notice that he is slower. The man that he was in his 20s was both powerful and incredibly fast. And he's still powerful, but now nowhere near as fast.
There's also the part of Karna that, like, I mean, he might recognize that, but he also might see that as, this guy isn't worth my full effort.
Or even just hesitancy.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that could be guiding that. He sees that he's sad.
I mean, a little over the table thing. He does have multi-tack and is choosing not to use it.
Damn. Daddy's nerfing himself.
We could just call this off now and you could just come with us willingly.
And you'd leave my people alone.
Yes.
Insight.
Okay.
+4, 19.
He's telling the truth.
I look at everybody who's fighting on the ship. They don't look like they're backing down.
Yeah, you would particularly notice Maud in dire straits between 2 enemies.
I'm great.
Maud, out of 30, how are you feeling?
14.
Karna doesn't have an action right now, so I think we just got to sit with this for a bit. But as Karna thinks, other people are still fighting.
Watch everyone get hurt for another round.
Alex, it would take you, let's say, 3 turns again to get to the what are we calling it? Skiff, sloop, schooner. We can't have the
Hillbillies.
hillbillies roll to see if they can with their athletics check make that a little faster, or at least give you advantage.
Yeah, I would definitely be trying to do this as fast as possible because I have no idea how the fight up there is doing.
I'll say if they get over a 15, they give you advantage.
Okay.
They rolled a 14.
Oh, hillbillies.
Yeah, they've done a lot of rowing so far. Like they're like, oh, good, the rowing's done, and then you told them to row again. Like, okay, here we go.
I'm suffering too.
They didn't think anything like this was gonna happen.
Come on, hillbillies. It's finally time.
It's our time.
Though part of them is also happy to not be on the ship where they hear screaming and fucking.
I was hoping that would
Stabbing.
motivate them.
All right, so next is Chloe, who is going to take her turn to climb up the ship. 1 second. She makes it, so she gets to actually use her turn. Now she does still have an action after that movement. So I think she's going to try and attack Tremont with a short bow.
Ooh, sick.
8 damage.
Wow.
She climbs up the ship, sees you in trouble, and instantly takes action, managing to get him a little bit between the armor, between a shoulder blade, and he just sort of grunts, but does not move. He no-sells it pretty hard.
Flexes his arm, it just breaks.
Yeah, just
I'm old, but I'm still a bear.
it does, command his attention, but he's fine. He's been in many, many battles. Next is one of the guards, and they're going to attempt to get rowing again. Let's see how well they do with that. They actually do pretty well. I'll actually say, though, the 2 turns that they couldn't put out the fire killed 2 of them. They were able to get started rowing again, and they will be here in 3 rounds. Next up is Cassie again. Cassie, seeing everything going on and being very freaked out, is going to attempt to do something she's never done before. She's going to take out her pan flute, it's kind of being inspired by you, and start playing a tune. You get a sense that she's tapping into something that you first tapped into a long time ago. She's going to do something called Enthralling Performance, and everyone has to make a wisdom saving throw who she's affecting, so 4 people, and it'll last for at least 1 minute. So she's going to attempt to charm all 4 enemy combatants here. The assassin has a low wisdom. They rolled a nat 20. They are not charmed. Fuck. Abysswit, 18. She is not charmed. Commander Tremont rolled under the wisdom save. Commander Tremont has been charmed. He cannot take any action.
How can you resist Cassie? She's so cute.
I think you see him he hears the pan flute and he looks at her. A little tear comes out his eye.
I want to think part of that is that he's looking at me and remembering all of the mistakes that's led him here.
No, I think like generally like this is a good character beat for him. Just like he doesn't want to do this.
I'm so fucking tired.
It makes sense that if anyone gets charmed, it's him. And Harold Moira got a 16. So
She would.
So she is also not even remotely charmed. It's also her turn next.
They don't know good music.
That said, Commander Tremont is not attacking anybody anymore, and not for the foreseeable future.
Yes.
She has to keep playing and concentrating on it. So if she takes damage and fails a concentration, it stops.
That makes sense.
If he takes damage, it stops.
Yeah. Don't hit him.
That's something you might want to communicate to someone else.
Noticing that myself at the moment.
Barring that, it'll last 3 turns. Harold Moira is going to attempt to attack Cassie.
Yeah, she wants this to stop.
Luckily, she does not have multi-attack like some of the others. She did, however, get a 7 for damage.
So she needs to make a Constitution save of 10 or higher.
She has a +1 to Constitution. And rolled it. It's a 12 altogether. So
She keeps playing.
she keeps playing.
Fuck yeah.
I see the effort she's putting up, and
She's being very brave.
my attention immediately shifts that way.
It is now your turn.
I look over to Cassie. I see Tremont. I can see the effect that this music is having and that it's coming from Cassie. You know, you should always be careful. And I kind of like put my finger around the loop of Sunder's handguard. When you push a gentle race, and I throw it into the air, I pull out my lute as I toss it towards Harold Moira.
Dance, darling, dance.
And it lands next to her. My bonus action, I command it to attack Moira.
Roll damage.
All right. That's a 4. By our rules, that's a crit. Means I roll a second one.
Hell yeah.
That's another 4. Do these keep stacking, or am I just good on that?
No, it keeps stacking.
Yeah.
4, 8. 15. As my muse takes the field next to Moira, it flourishes the dagger and then boom, right into her ribs.
She feels that. And like you hear, fuck!
And I look at her. Care for a new partner? And I just kind of like play a little tune. Long time no see. Did you get my note?
Yeah, I got it, cunt.
Leave my niece alone, you bitch.
Next is the assassin's turn.
Did you want to warn Chloe about not touching Tremont before you end your turn?
I would have kind of like laid my hand like gently on his shoulder when I said those things to him, kind of showing like pacifism.
It's going to be on Chloe to get that.
Okay, yeah. I honestly think you should roll persuasion for that, like to
kind of get the point across.
Indirect.
Sure. Well, that's a nat 20, so.
Okay, so she gets it. She's going to attack other people.
Fuck yeah.
Next is the assassin's turn. So they're actually going to stop and look at the sword.
Oh, thank God.
And then just ignore it and move on. But that was her bonus action. Next, they're going to, I think, attempt to hide.
Don't.
As an action this time, because they used up their bonus action. They cannot hide.
There's nowhere to hide.
They are fairly harmed and kind of in a rough spot at the moment. Next is Gritty's turn.
Yeah, hit that comma, Gritty.
Oh man, too bad that roll was not what I needed to do because that was a nat 20. But we're not rolling to hit. However, he did roll a 7 in total in damage to the assassin. That's another pretty good hit on them. It's becoming like death by 1,000 cuts. It's like another slice across the arm.
Hey, don't. No, ma'am.
Next, it's Nymphy's turn.
I would point over towards like the abbess and the assassin. Focus there. Help Maud.
What do you?
Who's Maud?
What?
Which one's Maud?
All right, then she will attempt to attack Sister Wit.
Abbess.
She is not an abbess anymore.
Yeah.
No, not anymore. Ooh, downgrade.
Is she at the abbey to you? Does this look like an abbey?
Demoted. We had to execute all the orphans.
Welcome to our first floating abbey.
She's gonna attack with her
Husbands.
short sword. She like runs up and just tries to stab at Whip, but in like a dead-eyed but still with kind eyes. We just sort of dodge to the side and then prepare her mace. Her expression never changes in this moment. Alex, so now you get to try and see if you can shorten this to 2 rounds to get there.
Karna is up there wondering, where the hell is Alex? I swear there was more of us.
15.
Take this.
Yay!
You still have to go through the next 2 rounds to get there, unless next time it works.
Oh, we're almost there. My plan is flawless.
Where the hell is Alex?
Did he betray us like that bastard, Martin?
The hillbillies too.
Shop.TalesUnwritten.com. We have shirts and you can buy some at shop.TalesUnwritten.com. It is a place you can buy shirts.
Hey everybody, it's me, Jimmy Advertisements. I'm back to tell you about the Tales Unwritten merch store. They brought me back. They may be godless heathens, but they're good clients, so let's do a good job for them. Firstly, we have a classic. We have a logo shirt. It's got the Tales Unwritten logo. It comes in heather forest green and heather black. Snazzy. In addition to that, have you ever wanted to go to a Karna's Freehorn concert? Well, now you can. Say you did that with a new shirt that lets you lie to people and tell them that you've been at a concert. Look at that, we got business in the front with the Karna logo, and then we got some party in the back. With all these potential stops in this tour featuring many locations that are both familiar and soon to be familiar. Look out for spoilers, eh? I laughed, but nobody else laughed. What the fuck? Now I look like a schmuck. And the folks at Tales Unwritten want me to tell you that they appreciate any form of patronage, even if it's just watching the show for free on the YouTubes, you know? That's great too. They just love that you're loving it. But for their own sakes, I hope they always remember that their true patron is a man in Milwaukee named Jesus Christ. He once asked me if he could borrow $500, and he said he'd pay it back tenfold. And he hasn't yet, but I have faith, you know?
Shop.TalesUnwritten.com. It is a place you can buy shirts.
Next is Uncle Fergus, who ends up landing right next to Wit, and now Wit is in a very poor position.
Just gets up, shoves her off the boat. Who is that?
We gotta shove her off again.
You're gonna see him do something that, Karna, you've never seen him do before, and probably surprises Maud too, which he's just gonna start to do a primal scream, like, and you see like his nails are like actually very sharp when you look at them, and just take a fucking big old animalistic swipe at Abba's Wit. He gets to roll a d8 for that.
Path of the Beast Barbarian?
This is what weed does to you.
He rolled a nat 1.
Fuck.
Pops his hip.
Okay, it's been a while.
Oh, it looked cool.
Get him next time.
Maud, it's your turn.
Oh boy. Where's the assassin looking right now? Who is she? Is she like focused on someone?
She's not paying attention to you at the moment, I think. If you wanted to like hide, you could.
Ooh, yes. 14 plus 6 is 20.
Maud is now hidden from the assassin. And from Abba's Wit, for that matter.
Get him.
Where am I? You do not know.
It means you still have your action, so you can still
Have your
attack.
action.
Yes, I will attack.
That was just a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab. Fuck.
Roll again.
1. No.
I
Oh, yes, right,
stealth,
advantage,
yeah.
yeah.
2.
Plus dexterity.
4.
Yeah, 2 plus 4 is 6.
Okay, you managed to damage her.
1 and 3.
10.
So another 4
10 total damage.
You manage to slice at her thigh, and you hear another like, ah! But she's still standing.
God damn.
Turns out, no.
Maud's like, why won't you stop? When are you done?
I wish we had more hints about what this person is.
If you would like to roll something next time to try and get something, you could. Next is Wit, who she is in a fawny sandwich right now. And most people like that, but not in this situation. So she's gonna use light blasting out of her hand at Uncle Fergus, and he has to save for that. Uncle Fergus got a nat 20 on his on his save.
Go,
so
old
Uncle
man.
Fergus fucking no cells being blasted with radiant light.
Was that supposed to do something? I've looked into the sun all my life when people told me not to.
And it blinked.
So she'll just sort of look at him, sort of tilt her head, still smiling. Next is Tremont, but no, it isn't.
He just cries, listening to the music.
He's just like really entranced
Cats
by
in the cradle
what
and
Cassie's doing.
silver spoon.
I abandoned my boy.
Next is Chloe, who's I think gonna go for Abba's Wit. She does 7 damage to Abba's Wit. Just Abba's Wit is like looking at for Uncle Fergus and just fucking gets an arrow
Right in the shoulder
right in
blade.
the shoulder blade.
Boromir'd.
The worst part of it is her expression does not change. Her eyes widen a bit, but she's still smiling. And then she like turns like this. Cassie's turn. She takes a disengage action and just moves back, like continuing to play her pan flute. Next, Herald Moira, who is going to attempt, I think, to move past the sword, provoking an attack of opportunity to go straight for you, recognizing that you're the problem.
Okay, going straight for me, trying to get past my muse. Rolling. That's a 4 again.
Fuck yeah.
12. Stab to the ribs. Then as she's running past, just another, like a gash right above that one.
She might move to attack you, reconsider it, and do a mass healing word. She's gonna heal all of her allies around here for 9 points.
Oh, that is cheating.
She was looking like pretty damaged before that mass healing word. She's like, okay, let's try this again.
The wounds on her side kind of scab over.
Sears away. It's like scarred over already. It is now Karna's turn.
The oomph I heard from the assassin. How would you describe that voice? Because I heard that a while ago. Would it have been a voice that, like, was a masculine, feminine?
Feminine.
Can I see that person's eyes?
You can't.
There's nothing I can do with that information. I mean, there's something that the player wants to assume about this, but there's nothing that Karna can go off of from any of this. So he has to keep doing what he's doing.
Okay.
Moira's going to need to make a Constitution saving throw as Karna begins strumming a very, like, heavy tune on his lute. As he does, the air kind of like directly in front of him begins to vibrate, and just a thunderous crack emanates forth from his body as he casts Thunderwave.
She failed it. I'll tell you now.
and I'm casting this at 3rd level, so it'll be doing shatters damage, which is 3d8.
Okay.
Ooh, 21 thunder damage. And for my bonus action, dance, darling, dance, stabity. Motherfucker, that's another 4.
Yeah.
The D4, the 25% shot, loving it so far. Woo. What did that? 3. 7 plus 5, that's another 12 from Sunder.
Okay. She's ready to attack again. Like, she's like, I'm totally fine. You do your thing.
Yeah, Thunderwave, boom, pushed back, stabbing the kidney again. There's still time for you to throw down your weapons.
Looks up at you. Falls over.
Oh, shit.
And she is down.
Whoa.
As she falls over, you do see her, like, her cloak falls off her head and her hair falls off her forehead. And when you see her, you see 2 holes in the center of her head, like sort of filed horns, and you see an ear exposed that has like some sort of gold decoration covering the tips a bit.
At which point my glance would go back to the mysterious assassin. Is there anything I can roll, or will you make me wait for next turn to kind of like read their movements? Or at least wait for their turn?
Do you still have your bonus? You used your bonus action.
I used my bonus action.
I would make you wait then.
Okay. Can I use my reaction if they decide to move and do stuff to try to like read their movements?
Yes.
Okay.
So next turn is the assassin. She will disengage and close in on you.
Well, I'm using my reaction to read that. Perception 22.
Then yes, you see them sort of moving in a way that seems very graceful to you. It does feel very familiar.
In any way is my, like, the song that I am playing seem to flow with what she's doing? Because I play to a very particular tempo, and it's a tempo I remember very, very well.
No.
Okay.
The movements are graceful, but they are ignoring your music.
Okay. I give them the, you want to play? Eyes.
So I guess though they will attack, yeah. Fails. Takes a stab at you. You manage to avoid it. Again, very graceful. Next up, Gritty, who had just watched the person they were fighting just sort of run away from them. Was like, okay. I win! I win! And he's gonna run after it, I guess.
Man.
Full on ram! Shove her off!
Yeah, no, he'll ram her. This is for you, Mod!
Mod's like half conscious, being like, what?
Someone has something for me?
What do you have for me?
Okay. 12 bludgeoning damage.
Plus a shove.
Plus a shove, meaning I guess Abysswit should get a chance to save from falling off. She was like looking right as rain after that mass heal. But that brought her all down. Everyone's like, oh, we're good. Oh no! She failed her saving
Back to the drink with ya!
She is going back into the drink, and she has to once again essentially make death saving throws to not drown.
Oh my god.
Nymphy's next. who just lost her target, so she's gonna go for the assassin, I think. Things are looking pretty good. I mean...
Going pretty well as long as Tremont just stays crying.
It is good to note that there are still people almost here who are backup for these guys.
Yeah, they're on their way.
She's going to make an attack on the assassin. That is a nat 1. Swipes at the assassin, but the assassin is so graceful. Just sort of like does a little like limbo thing, avoiding it. That is Nymphy's turn. It's your turn, Alex.
Are you there yet?
Well, if I succeed this check, yes.
If he succeeds the check, he will be.
Natural 20.
Oh, no!
Yay!
You are there, and you were instantly running up that. You were so ready.
I ram it with the bow, and then I like backflip over the bow onto the ship.
Guys on the ship, what the fuck?
You are right there, and right next to a cannon too, with a nat 20. It's paying off. It's happening.
It's happening! Oh my god, I'm here! But I assume that was still my action to get there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be another 3 turns to get back. So
I could try to aim the cannon. No, Alex wouldn't do it.
You could try to aim the cannon at the reinforcements.
He wouldn't do that. Like he doesn't want them to win, but he's not. He doesn't want to slaughter them. Whatever. Not my turn yet. I'm done. Hillbillies, make sure that boat doesn't leave.
Next is Uncle Fergus, he's the only other person here who did not get the memo about Tremont. Because you, again, vocally said nothing.
But he could read the fucking room and notice that guy's been standing there crying and staring at Cassie.
We can roll for him and see if he does.
Vibe check.
I will be so disappointed in him.
He rolled a 2.
Uncle Fergus, you monk.
Uncle Fergus bounds towards Tremont.
But still miss.
Uncle Fergus, no.
Claws out. He's like,
he missed the sister.
Miss.
He could miss. He could absolutely miss. He missed the first time.
Praying on your downfall, old man.
Ruining everything.
Wow. He rolled another nat 1.
I'm gonna get him. Trips over the cannon.
Oh, I'm so old.
Holy shit.
But you'll at least have another free action next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna let, hopefully somebody else can tell him not to fucking do it too.
Unfortunately, you're only got mod.
There's. I mean, Cassie's playing.
I think next turn it's actually Tremont. Tremont is gonna snap out of it anyway. So what is Maud gonna do? And currently the furthest away of anybody from any enemies.
She was thinking about sister since she was demoted.
Yes.
I want to make sure she doesn't die because she's just trying to toss her in the water and just to get her out of the way, but she doesn't want to kill her.
Okay.
Is there a way that I can help her with?
Yeah, you can run and jump into the water right now.
Okay. Maud runs and dives in after her.
Okay. You end up right next to her.
Maud comes back up out of the water and she's like, "Please, I am so sorry. Do not hurt me. I'm going to save you." And she goes for the mace and tries to just pull her fingers apart to let the mace sink.
I guess, yeah, you're trying to convince her to just let go of the mace then.
Please, I am begging you. I do not want to hurt you. No one will hurt you. If you please just cooperate.
Roll persuasion.
I think it's +0.
Yeah. Not very persuasive. 11.
With you right there, she's actually gripping it harder.
I just want to choke her out and pull her on board at this point. Fucking.
She is also flailing though, so if she tries to attack you with that mace, she will roll with disadvantage. And actually, it is her turn next.
You better fucking not, idiot. What are you gonna do? Kill us both?
To attack you with her mace. With disadvantage. Good thing too, because that was a 6. And that was a 6 as well.
So she crits on you.
She crits on you. She's about to cave in your head.
Please don't.
God damn. She just did 11 damage to Maud.
Oh my god.
I think you have 3 hit points left.
3 hit points left. She fucking smacks you in the fucking head.
Blood is everywhere.
Blood is gushing out of Maud's head into her eye.
If there are carnivorous animals in these waters, they are coming. Just
I am here to save you.
I won't make you roll for luck for that. That'd be mean. That's Abaswit's turn. She's currently letting herself drown, so I'm gonna count that as a fail for drowning.
Oh, where the fuck is Alex?
Well, yeah, Maud was keeping her buoyant, so smack.
So she's instantly starting to drown.
Instantly underwater at that point.
Cool, great.
So that's a failed save. If she were to fail 3 times, she drowns. So she still has to make a choice whether or not to just let go of the mace, because she can't like clasp it in this moment. So next is Tremont. He's just going to use his turn snapping out of being charmed.
Yeah, so Cassie finishes her song.
And looks around and surveys the area, like sword in hand.
Yeah, notices that the battle isn't going his way.
Next is Chloe, who I guess now is going to fire on Tremont, who doesn't make sense not to. She rolled a nat 1. She misses. It sort of just clinks off his armor, just flies away. So next is guards on their way. I think they're going to be here next turn. So
hey, Mod, you might have friends. They might save the abbess.
That's true.
What?
You might have done that for no reason.
Yeah, no, I'm just imagining one of them sticking over like Danny DeVito. It's like, no.
It does. Sometimes you're a good person. You do the right thing.
No good deed, unpunished, etc.
Cassie's still reeling from having like access to kind of magic. She had no idea she could do that. She doesn't even know what that is, but she has to do something now, so I think she's gonna attempt to stab the assassin twice. She deals 17 damage to the assassin bed. She critted. She like does a single bound really to like land, like skid right next to the assassin and just get a real good hit on the assassin, who is now clearly like staggered and barely holding on. And now Harold Moira makes a death save. Harold Moira fails her first death save. Next is Karna's turn. Now the apostles have come up next to the water here. Their boats are here.
They parked. Gotcha.
Yeah. So they're ready to jump on and help.
Karna is going to use his action to disengage with the assassin, do kind of like a back roll as my muse kind of shifts into place in between me and the assassin.
Okay.
Does the assassin react at all to Sunder flying into her face?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Interesting. Okay, well, Sunder is going to swipe. Giveth and taketh away. That is a 1. Might be a very appropriate one if what I assume is happening is happening. I'm going to keep my eye on the assassin as I position myself, knowing that we were being kind of like chased, down kind of next to where Moira is. Because I feel like they're going to be climbing up on that deck, so I want to be ready.
Now it's the assassin's turn, who is going to once again, I think, disengage. She evades Sunder, manages to sort of flip up onto the higher deck of the ship, and I think is going to sacrifice one of her knives to throw at you.
At me?
Yeah. That essentially means that she's giving up her multi-attack.
Maintain hold of one dagger, but throw the other one.
She rolled a nat 1 to hit you.
I want to play that as like she throws the dagger, Sunder, my muse, ping, flips it, like kind of clips it out of the air.
Sure, yeah, Sunder was in the way of that.
Yeah.
I got this one on the ropes.
Seems that way.
This is so much fun. We should have been doing this the whole time.
Feels odd. This one.
That's just because you're a pussy.
Maybe.
You are what you eat.
One of the apostles succeeds in his acrobatics checks and pulls up right next to Uncle Fergus and is going to attempt.
Hey guys, what's going on? Oh, shit!
They almost burned us down. And roll a 7, definitely damaging Uncle Fergus. Now, Uncle Fergus, you can tell, is fine. He like, sort of like snarls at the guy as he like takes a cut.
He's sturdy, especially when he's in beast mode.
Yeah, now that guy just has his attention. He hasn't been doing well, but you don't want to mess with Uncle Fergus.
His engine's cold, but man, when it gets warm,
the battle will be over.
Next is Gritty, who is going to, I think, just prepare for another apostle to pull up next to him so that he can be ready to react as soon as they show up.
Okay.
And that leaves Nymphy, who's going to close in on Tremont and press the advantage here.
He's kind of surrounded.
I think she hits.
Problem is, as soon as we're done here, we need to get this shit ready. And you're still off on a whole other boat.
Well, I have ideas. At the very least, we won't have. If I succeed, we won't have to worry about this ship being something that chases us. We only have to worry about the other one that sailed off.
She does, in fact, hit, dealing him 8 damage. Again, it's fine. He
takes it in stride.
He just takes it. Yeah, he takes it in stride and just sort of like gets stabbed.
Oh, right in my arrow wound.
It got healed over with the
that's
mass healing,
right.
and then he gets stabbed in the same place. And he just. He looks more annoyed.
Yeah.
Than upset. Like
that just healed.
And that leaves the next person being Alex, who has just landed next to one of the cannons he's been rowing towards.
All right. Don't know where the action is in here, so you can litigate it, but Alex will want to, like, put all of his weight on the back of the cannon he's on and flip it so it's pointed inwards towards the ship, and then he'll just announce, "Apostles, abandon ship or sink with it," and he'll hold his sword, like, above the back where, like, a spark will set it off.
Okay. Go ahead and roll athletics to do the flipping part, because that cannons are very heavy.
16, I can make it a 17.
If you make it a 17, I think you got it.
Deal.
You've done it. You've done your cool plan. Roll persuasion or intimidation. Because this is very intimidating, I think.
Persuade. I'm gonna go with persuasion, only because it's slightly higher.
Okay.
That's a 15, right?
Yeah,
it's a
I think
15.
so. Yeah, that's crazy. It was
19.
shining.
Yeah,
A 19? I think a 19 will do it. They start like scrambling to like take off as much armor as they can before jumping into the water.
I have an action surge.
If you action surge, I'll let you light it right now and then jump right back onto the rowboat.
Part of me now thinks that I've convinced the crew to leave.
Right.
With the hillbillies on board, I might be able to just steer
We need
this.
everybody to man this thing.
But I
Not
can at least
necessarily.
pilot-
You got a lot of good people over there.
and even if that was true, I could at least use the sloop to get closer than me rowing for another 3 turns to get over there.
Now, note logistically, the more boats you have, the more people you can move at once.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, everyone's off the boat. Just take it.
Both boats, and then there's only one left. If you have to take that one out, then you at least have 2 boats to transport people on.
Because this also has cannons.
Not to mention, there's also one sloop we still have to deal with that was heading north.
Because I said there were like 1,000 people on this island.
Yeah, I guess
even
the
a
ship
galleon
ain't gonna hold it.
can't do
That's fair.
1,000.
Then I'll still burn the action surge, but just to bring the hillbillies onto the boat, because otherwise I'd still have the way to turn.
Okay, so you're gonna commandeer the boat.
Yeah.
All right.
Really funny bluff.
As everybody has real hee-hoo.
Yeah, so by the time they realize what I'm doing, hopefully we'll have dropped the sail on the sloop to
And
start
also, their
moving
AC's
down.
real low if they try to do something about it.
Great.
But I think we're gonna say that they
abandoned
stripped
ship.
and jumped off. They actually rolled really high to like do that. So
So funny. Be like, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Twice drop trow.
Yeah, get naked right now.
And then, so after the last one jumps off, Alex turns over to the hillbillies like, I have to do fucking everything. Get on. Get on the sail, lower it. I'll get on the wheel. I at least know how to steer a boat.
So it's hard fought, but you guys are
We're getting there.
Next up is another guard who's going to.
It's gonna be the Fawnee's Battle of Bywater.
I think this guard actually is not going to jump onto the ship just yet. They're going to save.
Attempt to save Abbas,
they're
yeah.
gonna save Abbas Witt's life and get her on the rowboat with her mace in hand, and leave you there.
Best laid plans.
But you have very good movement speed underwater, so you can get the fuck out of there when you're.
What, come back to consciousness?
I mean, she's not unconscious. She's just very harmed.
I could probably run you over with the boat.
Very much wounded.
Next is Uncle Fergus, who's going to try and like.
Okay, little rusty. Here we go.
He's got this, maybe.
He's got a vein popping out of his. He's like, I have to do this,
I need to prove it to myself.
and to my maybe son.
He rolls in that one again, just shitting his own pants.
He rolled an 8. Critical hit.
Dear Lord, he rolls a
famine.
D8?
He rolls a D8
damn.
plus 2. He rolled 8 again. I told you.
Yes.
I told you once he gets his
famine.
He deals 22 damage.
That man might have exploded.
He fucking like does like a little like
Wolverine.
like slash across the guy's chest. Blood fucking bursts out of him and he instantly dies.
Oh my god.
He cut through that man's chest.
Uncle Fergus and Tremont are covered in blood.
He is drenched in blood.
Karna's song pauses for like a beat.
Tremont turns and goes,
Jesus Christ. It's not okay.
The fuck is this place? No wonder we never came here.
now it is Maud's turn. Maud, Abbaswit is now in a rowboat.
Maud is feeling really fucking downtrodden. She's at 3 HP, and also she was having flashbacks of trying to get the weapon away from her sister and not being able to do it. And then she tries to get the weapon away from sister and she's not able to do it. And she just feels so fucking bad. I think Maud is just gonna float for a second. She's just floating. She can't move.
Okay. Next turn is Abbaswit, who I think
Will she take pity on Maud?
she rolled insight. She's looking at you. And she does take pity on Maud. And she turns to you, and she just sort of like gently places her hand on your head. She means it. She's using Cure Wounds, and she gives you 11 hit points back.
Oh, wow.
So you are much less harmed than you were before.
Thank you.
Leave. You don't have to be here. We're not after you.
What is happening?
Nothing you have to worry about. Just go home.
This is my family now. I can't abandon them.
Then you'll die with them. And she turns away from you. Next is Commander Tremont, who is, after seeing what the fuck Fergus just did, is going to try to kill Fergus.
Yeah, he's a monster.
And he is going to actually use his multi-attack this time.
His situation isn't good.
Yeah, he was going easy on you at first, but he regrets that now, I think. He makes past the damage threshold. He deals 19 damage to Uncle Fergus, just taking his sword and just, I think, stabbing Fergus in the gut. Just like, fucking this freak. And Fergus just sort of like takes the stab in the gut. Covered in blood, he just looks Commander Tremont in the eye and just goes, you can tell that hurt, but he's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And maybe you're understanding now.
I kind like on a meta level, the player kind of understands his build, and Karna now understands how Fergus has survived as much as he has.
It pays off to be half Baphomorean.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what a full one does.
Next is the hillbillies who are getting the boat ready.
Yeah, just general orders of like raise the anchor, lower the sail.
They rolled really well there. You're ready to set sail on your next turn.
Huzzah.
Yeah,
also, flip the cannon back over. Don't leave it like that.
One of them's like, oh, so we should be doing this.
What if we point it that way? Would it make us go faster?
Oh, let's
There also
go.
is another hillbilly here who's like, should I shoot at him?
No.
Okay.
But just make sure it's not pointed at the ship.
Just seems a shame to not use a cannon. There's one who has that accent. The others talk normally, like how I was before. But there's just one who's like, well, all right, that's fine then.
We don't, Jeb, I don't know where he got that accent.
Jebicus.
No, I have their names. Do you want to know their names?
No.
Sure.
Alikos, Perry, and Nico.
Alikos is definitely the one with the accent.
Alikos, you and the hillbillies are setting off. I think it'll take one turn to get there. So after the next round, you're there.
Okay.
Next is Chloe. Chloe's gonna go for Tremont. Got a 10 plus 4, 14 to hit Tremont. Your daddy's getting hit. Daddy! Your daddy's getting it hard in the back.
Daddy's taking it from all directions.
He got kind of like hit in the back, but he is still like, this is really like overwhelming and distracting, getting hit in all these different directions, but he's not looking like he's in any danger of falling over.
Oh boy.
Fergus versus Daddy is gonna be crazy.
The battle of the
It's already been kind of crazy.
Daddy versus Daddy.
Daddy match.
Now it's another apostle. He's gonna leap up and attack Fergus.
Oh, this went well for the last dude.
And I think that's going to actually make it. He does 6 damage to Uncle Fergus. Uncle Fergus takes that hit from Tremont, takes this hit from this other guy, and he's just like,
Now we're having fun! Sorry you have to see me like this, Karna.
Well, other side of Yonk.
My dad could beat up your dad.
This is so embarrassing, so thrilling.
I'll roid it out.
Man, he should have had the powder.
Yeah, like he's on weed for a reason. Like he's
This is him when he's stressed.
He needed that to calm
and
him.
he is the most stressed he's been in a long time.
So's Karna. This works out.
I think we're all a little stressed to our limit.
Next is Cassie, who is going to join in on continuing to bang on Alex's dad.
Welcome to the fuckball.
Welcome to the fuckball! Hope you brought the lube! Cassie will do 6 damage to Daddy. Right now, just everybody's sort of ganging up on.
It's the JoJo, just stomp.
And he's just like, like it's a lot happening over there. Next is Harold Moira, who's gonna make another death save. She makes this one. She's all right for that one.
See her cough up a little.
So 1-1 in terms of death saves. So 2 to go for either end, unless she gets a nat 1 or a nat 20. Next up is Karna.
Karna will, I just kind of want to do a little style thing because I want to keep my action economy. But I'm just gonna like pick up the dagger that was thrown at me, just kind of kiss it and give the assassin a wink as Sunder is going to swoosh over between Nymphy and Fergus and give good old Tremont there a little blast from the past as it comes swinging in at him. An old friend of yours.
Blast his dad.
Very appropriate nat 4. So let's roll a second one. 4.
Yes.
4.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Karna.
4.
Yes. Oh my God. Fucking yeah.
16. Or that's 12. 16.
When you're 16.
No, that's a 1. Never mind. Okay, so 17
damage.
plus 5. 17 plus 5, 22.
Thank you. I'm not
We're
good.
taking after Fergus now, aren't we?
So the blade going in with a fucking vengeance against the person that... This is the most appropriate chain of crits.
You see, as the sword comes to him, he sort of like freezes for a second.
Right at his fucking face.
I think you take out an eye.
Oh.
Permanently.
Oh my God.
He now is missing an eye because that took him down to a more critical spot than he was before.
As Karna kind of rolls up in front of where Gritty is, I look down at the boat. I still have my action. So there are still 4 plus the abyss in the boat down there?
Yeah.
The boat is still damaged from being on fire.
Yes.
I am going to cast Shatter so that it does not hit Mod, but does hit everybody in the boat on its most damaged part to try to scuttle it.
Okay. So either way, they're going in the water. I guess if you do enough damage.
Yeah, if I do enough damage to break the boat.
Which let's see if you do. I'm gonna roll my own thing here.
So that's 21 thunder damage. As I look down, it's like, you may want to strip, boys. Thunderous crash.
The boat instantly just sort of caves in and is gone, and they all fall into the water.
Abyss back in as well.
And now, not only do they have to make the saves for the thunder damage, they also have to make drowning saves, and they're going to do much worse than Abyss Wit, who could just let go of her mace.
Does she still have her mace?
She has her mace in her hand at the moment. She might not soon.
And I'm actively not attacking you with this mod, so
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
21,
mod-
you're out of range of that 21 thunder damage.
Do you hear some?
People, wood, splinters just go flying everywhere in front of you.
One of them fails and just dies.
I figure that's the same damage that Fergus did that blew up that one guy.
Another one fails and dies.
So,
Another one fails and dies.
Lord.
And one succeeds and is drowning.
You shall live for now.
What about the Abyss? Does she succeed?
Abyss Wit fails and is currently drowning and making death saves.
Oh, so
She's special. She gets the death saves.
She's a named NPC. The rest of these guys don't have names.
So she is down to 0 and is currently drowning.
There's this split, like this shatter of splintered wood, the Abyss looking down at you with like, you know, this sense of sorrow, like, you should run away, you'll die here. And then, boom, blood, like just a rain of blood.
Maud is having an awful day. Everyone's having an awful day, but Maud is like currently in a very bad place emotionally, I think.
Even Karna's expression is just, whoa!
Oh, I didn't mean to do it that bad.
Yeah,
oh,
no, he honestly wouldn't have.
I did it too hard. This is going too well.
Yeah, I look over at Fergus, I look back at me, I'm like,
Fergus just gives you
Very good, boy.
the long nails, just stick right out.
maybe he is my dad.
How far is the sister away from Maud? I know it's not my turn yet.
She's right next to you.
Awesome. Okay.
In the water, unconscious.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Making death saves.
I knocked her out.
Sick. Okay.
She's currently going to drown if you don't save her.
Awesome. Okay. Good. Good.
The dagger that I picked up from the assassin, any special properties or should I just label as dagger for now?
Just a dagger.
Okay.
It's a very neatly designed one. It's almost more like a needle.
I'll say black dagger.
It's meant for killing people very quietly. Next is the assassin, who is going to attempt to move over here and hide behind Chloe.
Karna's in shock, no longer really paying attention to her.
And you took her target away, which was you, so she's going for the next person. She succeeds, and she does not get multi-attack anymore.
Does get her assassin sneak attack.
And also, she has an option she hasn't used yet. Damage is definitely dealt here. And that's a crit.
All right, let's see how high it goes.
She has just done 12 damage, and now Chloe has to make a save against poison.
Oh.
DC 10, though. And I think Chloe has all right constitution. She's fine. She's not get poisoned. But she does get dealt 12 damage. And that's the first damage she's taken all day. But that did hurt a lot. So you hear Chloe like sort of, ah! And as she gets like stabbed in the back.
Yeah, that snaps me out of my, holy shit, I just killed those people.
Yeah, I just killed a lot of people.
I just
really
killed a
fast.
lot of people out of nowhere. I've never done that on a person before.
I never accidentally to murder before.
I've never cast Shatter on people.
Yeah. Next is the one guard that is not in dire straits, who's noticed that and is going to try and just keep attacking Uncle Fergus. That's all he can do.
Oh man.
And yeah, I think this one's gonna be a two-handed attack. He's gonna really go all in on this one. He meets the AC. It's barely a scratch, and he's like still like kind of laughing kind of maniacally. But you do see him like starting to flag a bit, and like his energy's getting lower. He's starting to slow down. You're seeing it. Next up, it's Gritty. I think he's gonna go help Chloe as best he can. He may as well dash, so he'll do that over here, and he'll flip around here behind the assassin, and prepare himself to defend Chloe as best he can. Next up, Nymphy, who's going to keep going at Tremont.
Now he's like one of the last things standing here, and he's clearly the one in charge. And he just got a sword in the fucking eye.
Yeah, she's trying to go in the short sword, but Tremont's like finding his rhythm. He's blocking with the parts of his armor that will stay strong against that stuff. And now it's your turn, and you guys are setting sail.
Sail.
Yeah, you guys are setting sail.
Way.
You'll be there very quickly. We have one more guard here trying not to drown. Let's see if he can keep himself from drowning. He's rolling with disadvantage. Oh, he got an 18 on that one.
Ooh.
And a 17. He manages to, I think, grab onto the boat and keep himself from drowning. So he's going to try to climb up in a second.
Like one of the little ropes dangling.
Yeah, one of the ropes dangling. He like grabs the ropes, and he's alive. No one else is, but he is. Next is Uncle Fergus, who is going to really go for it.
Roid out.
All right. That is 6 damage, which makes the threshold. And then 8. This guy's already dead. This guy's very dead.
Oh,
so
fuck.
once again, he just fucking like grabs that guy by the throat and just sort of takes that guy's throat out of his throat.
I think the reality of the situation is like setting in on Karna.
Yeah, this is sort of saying, oh, this is what war does to people.
This is bad.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
That guy is entirely, irrevocably very dead.
The goat has the throat.
Throat goat. Yes.
It's your turn.
Okay, Maud is bobbing in the water and looks up to see Karna's face, whatever's happening there. And she looks over and sees that one of them is like hanging onto the boat because he survived. But then she looks and sees the sister who's drowning, and she looks back and forth and she's like, and instead of going for the guy, she's gonna go to save the sister. So she wants to bring her like onto the ship. Is that possible to do with acrobatics?
Roll acrobatics.
Yeah.
Normally you would have advantage in water, but because you're carrying a body, it's just straight.
16.
I think that'll do it. Did I give you a
No.
token for failing the persuasion? I should.
Oh yeah, I got hit in the face with a mace. I better. So she hooks one arm around, her the back of her
midsection.
Yeah, midsection, and like just climbs up onto the boat, saying, "Oh, now you'll fucking listen to me."
Karna would use his reaction to help as they get to the ledge.
I've got the sister. She's been demoted. They don't call her Abbess anymore. They have bad blood. I don't understand.
So Karna would probably shift back 5 feet as they get dragged up.
Awesome.
As he's like looking around the deck, realizing the violence of this situation, and is starting to change tactics as the advantage is clearly theirs. This battle is essentially won. There's just a stubborn old man who's unwilling to give up the goat.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was Maud's turn. Abbaswit can no longer take action. It is now Commander Tremont, and he's going to keep going with that with a multi-attack on Uncle Fergus. 20 damage to Uncle Fergus, which I think he's feeling it now. He's not on death's door,
on
but
the verge of consciousness.
He's approaching death's door. He's starting to breathe heavy. He's looking a little less like bloodlusty.
Didn't hear no bell. You're not taking my nephew, you big fucker.
And he's staggering. Next are the hillbillies who are helping you do their thing.
So I am having them kind of hold their action for something when we get close enough to the boat.
Okay. Then that'll all be on your turn. So they're just gonna also put their initiative next to your turn now, I guess.
All right. Hillbilly squad.
And they're still like, yeah, you guys have got this at this point, but they're gonna keep going as best they can. Next, the guard is going to try and climb up. It's gonna take him his whole turn to do that.
I'm looking down at him after I helped at like Maud and the Abbess up, and I just kind of look like very sorry.
You're saying how much these people are just willing to fight to the death?
Yeah, whatever like sort of propaganda they've been fed has sent them this far, and maybe they weren't willing to fight to the death, but they just happened to die.
They did what they were told and they showed up. It is Chloe's turn, who's going to turn around and attempt to ram the assassin in the back. She's going to fail to do that. So she just sort of kind of falls on her face after getting stabbed in the gut. It's a lot, especially when she's not used to being stabbed.
Yeah.
Next is Cassie. She's just going to keep attacking Tremont until he stops. So once again with her dagger. Yeah, that'll do it. She deals him 7 damage.
How's Tremont looking?
Hurt, but he still has a ways to go before he falls down.
Gotcha.
He is a tough man. He has survived many more fights than this.
Yeah.
You're the first person to ever cause him
wound.
like any permanent. Like he's been scarred, but he's never been so permanently damaged to like lose something.
Yeah, I took his depth perception.
Yeah, like no one's ever taken a finger or an ear or anything like that. Like, so this is a unique situation for him, but being hurt in battle is not unique for him.
Fair.
Harold Moira is once again going to make a death save. She's going to fail. That is 2 failures for Harold Moira, 1 success. So if she fails one more time, she is gone.
Is there anything we can do to help her? Like if we force feed her a potion? Okay.
If you just go up to her, you can stabilize her. Like I might make you do some sort of like basic medicine check just to stop bleeding or something, just to make it make sense. But so if Karna's feeling really guilty and wants to prevent someone from dying, it is his turn.
Okay. Free action. I'm going to yell out.
It's over, Tremont. Lay down your sword and be done with this. If you want to see your son again, stop.
Roll with advantage.
Persuasion?
Persuasion, yeah.
22.
He stops. He eventually just throws his sword down. Carnicus Freehorn, you are the first person to defeat me in battle.
It wasn't me that defeated you. I play like just a simple chord, and Sunder kind of returns and sheaths itself. I then turn to Moira, play another chord, and heal her for 1d4, stabilizing her. Still unconscious, but stabilized. She gets 4 hit points back.
Okay, cool. The battle at the bay is over. You guys have won. That other guard climbs up there. It's like, oh, whatever. Oh.
Alex pulls up on the boat.
So what actually happens is as the sloop kind of comes by for almost a graze, Perry drops the anchor, and then Alikos and Nikos and Alex both throw up a rope with like grappling hooks on them, kind of like attaching the sloop to the galleon for a moment. As the boat just kind of comes to a stop, Alex sees the bodies on the water, the gore on the side kind of starting to drip down from Fergus.
I take no pleasure in this. I never wanted a battle. It has always been you and your people that have brought it to me. I don't want to hurt people.
Neither do I.
And I pick up his sword, and I drop it over the side of the boat.
Karna?
I look over the side. You have a whole other boat.
I thought it would be needed. Is it over?
We don't need boats. We needed men.
We did win already. So, I mean, it seems like it worked out.
Alex will use one of the grappling ropes to finally come up onto the deck.
You see Uncle Fergus like, what is, hey there, kid? And blood flicking off of his body.
I look back at the assassin. What are they doing now that, like...
They're following orders. Like if Tremont stopped, then they stop.
Come on, Uncle Fergus, let's get you patched up.
No, I'm fine.
Shut up, you old goat.
God, okay.
I think these two have a lot to talk about anyway. As I leave and I kind of pat Alex towards his father.
I think Tremont just sort of like sits on the stairs. It's just sort of...
He's down an eye, by the way, now.
Maud's gonna go talk to other people while that's going on.
I usher Fergus up to Chloe, who's probably the most medically inclined of the people that we brought with us.
So there's an awkward moment. Karna pats Alex to try and nudge him closer, but he just stands there looking at his father. And then looks over at Moira and actually walks over to Moira first and grabs her mace. And thinking about what he saw earlier, chucks it off the other side of the boat. And then he walks over to Errol. Half an eye. But do you see any clearer?
What are you talking about?
You already knew there was something wrong.
Right?
And yet you still served.
I still believe the pontificate can do good. It doesn't always, but it can. What else am I good for? This is what I do.
I don't know. Perhaps there are necessary fights. And perhaps the goodness I saw in the people of Atega, of Port Tarif, of all the towns along the way wasn't a lie. But there is something wrong with this world. And I need to find it, not blindly follow the authority that tells me to do what they think is good. And I don't know if you can join me, but I'd like to see someone else come along.
I don't think I can. When you left, they put your mother in prison. We are suspected of raising a rebel, a traitor. If I don't try to capture Conicus Freehorn in you, your mother rots in there.
On whose orders were our capture required? Was it from the magistrate of Port Terra for hire?
Higher.
He does sort of gesture over his shoulder to the assassin they've been fighting. You see the masked figure. Can you roll with advantage a history check?
Emotional weight, metal dice.
Dun 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 dun.
With advantage?
Yes.
Natural 20.
Okay. You know exactly what that is. That is an Abjurat. They are directly ordered by the Pontifical Council to do whatever dirty work needs to be done for the Pontificate. They're almost more of a myth than a known quantity, but you've heard about them. People have whispered about them.
An Abjurat. All things? Why are we so important? All I wanted was to ask a question.
To be blunt, you are not important. Neither of you are.
Oh, fine.
What you represent is what's important.
A nation falls, a star lands on an archipelago, and most likely turns into a tree. I still haven't found the answers I needed yet, but I know enough to know that I cannot accept this. I cannot accept how things are, and I do not accept the pontificate anymore.
Maybe that's what I should have done, but if I had, you and your mother would have been in danger.
You've already lost an eye. How do you think they would respond if you returned empty-handed?
I'm not willing to find out what will happen if I don't return, what they'll do to her. And I don't think you want that either.
I don't. but I'm not coming back with you. I can't.
I understand that.
Alex holds in it his amulet and just for one moment closes his eyes to reach back out to Fora. He wants confirmation of something, but he doesn't utter a prayer. He just tries to focus on it again.
Okay. Just roll religion or arcana. Pick one.
Okay, religion. 8.
You're not getting anything right now. You're getting that low hum that you always get when you like focus on it, like the power's there, but you're not getting anything in particular.
We're taking this galleon and this sloop. You can row your way back to Port Arif. Take Moira with you.
I assume with as well. I guess, and you didn't realize.
That was her name, right.
Unless you're taking her for some reason.
Maud, you're the one I figure how to deal with her the most. How do you feel about leaving, leaving?
And we'll say she's stabilized.
Let's take her somewhere private where she can talk to us one-on-one and let her choose.
What of this one? Karna points at the mysterious assassin.
That one is not staying here. Though honestly, if you want to interrogate her, be my guest.
She gives me the
Doesn't
creeps.
seem very talky.
Okay. I let the dice decide something.
And the dice have decided?
Nat 20.
Okay.
Commander Tremont's just going to look to you and say, you should go see who she is.
I walk over, kind of like dangling the stiletto that she threw at me.
Abjurat, remove your mask.
And she does.
And the first thing you notice are her eyes. They're the color of a sunrise.
Karna drops the stiletto, and he's speechless.
On the next episode of Tales Unwritten.
I think you look like the most sympathetic face here.
That's hysterical.
I kind of feel like this is the first time in my life I've been this out of control.
Great, it's just some lady.